Love and light, friends. Isn't it a trip? Seems like everywhere you go, somebody's trying to sell you something. Somebody trying to sell you something. The question is, are we going to keep buying it? Think of all the times you've bought something, whether actually or metaphorically, only to look back later and think, man, I didn't need to buy that crap. I didn't really want that crap. I didn't really need that crap. But because I got pulled into it emotionally at in the moment, at the time, I bought it. So are you gonna buy? All the peddlers out there selling their stuff, beer, you name it, it's all for sale. Fear, conspiracy, peace of mind, wholeness even. So what am I selling you? What am I trying to sell you? I'm trying to sell you trust yourself. Trust yourself. Because if you had trusted yourself all those times that you bought all that crap that you know that you didn't want later, that you know that you didn't need later, that you know that you didn't believe later, if you'd have trusted yourself at that moment, you would have saved your currency. You'd have saved your money. You'd have saved that peace of mind. You wouldn't have painted yourself into such a deep corner to where it seems like it's going to be quite difficult to get out. And it is. It is. It's going to be quite difficult to get out because we've done this and done this and done this and done this, and for whatever reason it took us a long time to wake up.
At the end of the road, and then right turn.
So you need to make a right turn, and then you need to make another right turn. Don't make a left. You could just listen to the rain, and it's kind of a nice sound. Visualize it washing away all the BS, all the deceptions, all the lies, all the crap that I bought throughout my many lifetimes. Where do you go after you wake up from it, or to it, or within it? Where do we go? Because it's literally like a tug of war happening. And you're like either the weakest link in the chain that's going to snap, or you find out you're the strongest link in the chain that's going to hold it all together. Because you've got that old third density matrix duality paradigm pulling you, reminding you of what's going on, and all the theories of who it is and what it is and who's doing what to who, and keeping everybody mental. I mean, we're pretty much living in a borderline insane society, or maybe that's just me being nice or naive. Maybe we're full-blown crazy as a society. But then the upside to that is maybe we had to lose it. Like I've said before, you have to lose your mind in order to find your spirit. You have to leave your mind in order to travel to your heart, which is a short distance away, but it could take you lifetimes to get there. And then when you get there, you're pulled, or it feels like you're pulled both directions, forward and backward. Which I guess we could say is an attempt to take us out of the present moment. But I think we're all human enough to ponder the future sometimes. And as you look around on the landscape, you have to wonder what the future holds. What kind of a future will be co-created. Now, if it was just up to me, I've got ideas about what I would do and will do and am doing, but I'm just a single unit of consciousness. All you as reflections out there have your free will, have your thoughts to contend with, have your tug of war to contend with, have your vices to contend with, have your lies to tell yourself, have your truths to tell yourself, have your days that are great, and have your days that are not so great. The cold days of winter seem to be upon us, unless you live in California. And what is it? Nobody really knows. Nobody can really say. Are they shooting HAARP weapons? Or is it just Mother Earth cleaning up? Tidying up the forest. And does it really do anything for us to play ping pong in our minds with these things when there is no way to find out any absolute truth about it. There is no way to come to any resolve about it. So what good does it do to play ping pong with the two sides of your brain with something that you can't get resolved? Because you're not going to have any peace doing that. Your peace is in the heart. So when we move to the heart, we can just rest. And it's not naivety. It's not, oh, just ignore everything and rest in your heart. And again, it's back to the knowing that's there. Regardless of what it is, whether it's just Mother Nature, whether it's just a fire that got out of control, whether it's just a perfect storm of a weather anomaly and overly dry conditions, or whether it's absolutely perpetrated and being done by a specific group of people. Regardless of what the answer actually is, what does it mean to you? What are you gonna do? You're still gonna be living wherever you live. You're still gonna have to go forward with your life. And as you're going forward, you can go forward in peace, or you can go forward with a headache. I think a lot of people right now have headaches. I've had a few headaches myself lately. Not hard to imagine that if you lived in an insane world where the entire society had gone insane and you with it, only you didn't realize you were insane. Maybe the last person to realize they're insane, you know, are the people that are like me, totally optimistic. Totally like, you know, we can meditate through this. We can co-create our way beyond this. We can evolve to be better. We can survive. We can prosper. We can live. And we can become what we already are, is the one, which I said in my last video. But we're the most fractured one you ever looked at. We are the most discombobulated one that you ever looked at, that you ever talked to. And so maybe I'm the last person to realize that we're all insane, and that I too am insane. And maybe you're the last person that'll realize that everybody's insane and you are too. But that's just sarcasm. That's just cynicism. Because sometimes you have to let that out too. I don't care how enlightened you get. We're still seemingly in a dualistic reality. And so you're going to have ups, you're going to have downs. The thing is to realize there is that balance. There is that center point. There is that place of peace. And it is in your heart. And until you get to be the Zen master that you wish to be, perhaps, where you're just always in the heart and nothing really moves you or gets too much of a reaction from you, there's going to be those days where you're mental, where you're thinking about it. Thinking about it too much, perhaps. And after 2 or 3 or 4 hours or the whole day of it, you don't feel so good. You don't have too much energy, and maybe you even have a headache. And you feel depleted. So this is how this works. You know, we're human. We're learning how we operate on the good days and the bad days, the summer days and the winter days. But I think we all feel it. And I think, we're all, those of us that make videos, are just making videos to let you know that you're not alone, and to remind me that I'm not alone. So like I said, if you're the last sane person to realize that you've gone insane too, then you're going to feel pretty alone up to that point. And then who knows what comes after that, I guess what happens? Armageddon? Is that what happens? World War III? Is that what happens? That whole scenario of insanity just breaking out en masse. Don't buy into that. Yes, it's an option. We're in quantum possibilities here. So those possibilities are there. But don't buy into it. Don't buy it. See, remember, all these people you're listening to are trying to sell you something. Even your own ego is trying to sell you something. Be careful what you're buying. Be conscious of what you're buying. Be a conscious consumer. And this is metaphor. Surely I know you get that, but be a conscious consumer. And if we're still here tomorrow, then I'll check in with you then. Love and light. Until then, friends. Wholeness.